chilled these and I chilled the glass.
Thank you so much.
Because that is the only way to do this. I'm so excited to have you here. And for only one reason. I'm going to spice mine up a little bit with this Fastest DeLorean whiskey. You see that?
Nice.
Fastest DeLorean decanter. Michael Madison owns a co. How do you independent rights? Like, how does that work?
Linda Nelson and I own indie rights.
Own it.
Yes.
Right.
We are the owners.
That's how I know him. They're the distributors for Fastest DeLorean 1 and 2, and me and Michael.
Yes.
And soon to be the Journey movies, etc., etc. But the reason I am excited to talk to you. A little bit. I did it. Is I am going through all my shit on Facebook one day. I had a memory came up. It was like 11 years old.
Are you going to admit that you are Dave Monsterberg?
I didn't know who he was, actually.
Nobody did.
Honestly.
Just one day you tell the story.
Right. Well, no. So I'm looking through like the comments of some Adam and the Egos thing I did, and wouldn't you know, Michael Madison does a comment on my funny Gary video. I'm like, okay, wait a second. Because I didn't think you had any idea who I was. I still don't think you did. I think you just randomly.
I was in the group. I was in Monsterberg, and I always, we did that New Year's Eve thing all the time.
You just asked me to help. I was like, I don't give a shit. What?
Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, cheers! Absolutely. Wait, how come? Wait, what's up? Oh, you got ripped off, dude.
Oh, yeah.
First time pouring a beer.
It is.
What the hell, man? That's. You're a wine guy. You're a wine guy.
I stopped drinking beer because it was making me gain weight. Cheers.
Oh, it totally does. I literally weighed my alcohol to make sure I have the right amount of calories for the day because I have a bunch of weight to lose for the project I'm doing. So
oh yeah. Well, I lost a bunch of weight last week, so.
Yeah, I heard. Jesus Christ! They didn't even figure out what you ate in France.
No, I think it was. It could have been the water. It could have been. I ate everything there, so.
But so back to that, I saw that you had commented, and then my question was, when I contacted you and Linda about Fastest DeLorean, did you make that connection then? You couldn't have. Had no idea. God, that's so
there were so many people in that group. It was kind of a comedy group and entertainment group and people that were, doing different projects. And there was Dave Monsterberg, who was...
We still don't even know who he is.
Made up. I think he's a made up guy.
Right.
He would connect everybody together. And it was just fun to go into the group and learn about what other people were doing, support people. I had, some people from the group come to my screening of my film Delivered. That was like 10 years ago now.
Right.
But yeah, met a lot of nice people in the group, and everybody that was in the entertainment industry or liked entertainment. So and then that ended, and I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot about it too. It popped up on my memories. So weird to see that connection. But you came out here 21 years ago?
Yeah, October '99, right after college.
Okay, so I came out 2 months later.
Oh, okay.
So we both were out here at the same time. All I know is that you executive produced somehow that fucking quick.
Somehow.
I don't know if you can even see this.
Yeah, so this is an IMAX movie. It's called
I remember it.
Inside Bigger Than Life. Beautiful film, but so I came out here. I came out here to be a filmmaker, actor, and chase my dreams. And I met Linda. She was in the large format industry trying to do theaters. She had one at City Walk that was under construction, and they're raising money for it and everything. And she had a bunch of other theaters. One in New York.
This had to be 2000.
Yeah, 99.
I mean, just right
99.
away. Yeah, you must have done this immediately.
January 2000. She was living in Los Angeles, so she knew a lot of people. A club promoter knew the guys because he was a club promoter that had all the guys, all the celebrities go to his Brent Bolthouse. And,
okay.
Went and talked to the management company for the Backstreet Boys, but they were already on tour, and we couldn't get everything together quick enough. And then we did a deal with NSYNC.
It's big. That's a big thing to do within 6 months of coming out here.
I thought that's how it worked.
Right. Fuck me. Like, as a guy, I was out here for 6.5 years before anything happened. and it was great. But boy, 6.5 years. And the irony is, I got my first break from doing Living Room Live on CBS, which was the whole deal was you don't have to leave your house. You can get favorites from your living room. I'm like, motherfucker, my living room was in Columbus, and I drove all the way out here, spent 6.5 years in Hollywood. Fuck, that is crazy.
But we crashed and burned after that. I mean, it wasn't.
Well, no, yeah. So what happens? That's what I'm saying. You do this big thing. Was there a second project? Were you gonna, like, what?
Okay, so what happened is we took a very small salary to work on the project,
right?
With a large back end, and one producer, one of the producers, one of our partners said, always remember when you do deals with studios or anything like that, the money up front is what you're going to get paid, and the back end is maybe.
Yeah, they won't. That's not even maybe anymore.
Yeah, so we did a theatrical release, and that's kind of how we got into distribution. We learned how to. I totally green. I'd call up the museums, because this played in a lot of museums, and book it because they wanted the film, so it was pretty easy to book.
Right.
They would use it to get young girls to come to the museum.
Right.
They'd have sleepovers, and then the girls would see the museum, And,
okay.
Yeah.
That seems like it's for more than patrons to the museum.
Yes.
That's a weird.
They were trying to get people to come out to the museums.
You said that differently.
Yes.
Like trying to get young girls to spend the night in the museum. So
well, I mean,
watch the NSYNC. That's one way to do it. I've never thought of it that way. You probably mean very young girls, not that
no. Oh yeah, no, very young girls.
Like 12-year-olds.
Very young girls. No.
The interesting thing is you mentioned the back end, because I ended up trying to go through Gravitas for Fastest DeLorean, because when I was in Back in Time, that's who they went through, right? And I became really good friends with the director, still am. He's actually in part 2 of Fastest DeLorean, and he was telling me the whole process and everything. And in the midst of Back in Time, Gravitas changed hands, and they actually made me an offer for Fastest DeLorean. But once you read the fine print, oh my goodness! I guess I'm not trying to slam them. I'm sure all of the distributors work this way, except you guys. The amount that they charge you to do the tiniest shit, like upload, right?
Yes.
Real quick. Basically, what ends up happening at all of them, and it's not just Gravitas, it's just the way the business works, except for indie rights. This is totally a commercial for indie rights. They charge you for every single part of, not marketing. Oh, I'm not going to help you with marketing. It's literally just, we uploaded it to Tubi. We uploaded it, like there's all these fees. You will incur $10,000 to $15,000 of fees the second your distributor takes your film, and then after you pay all of that back, then you get your 85-15 split or 80-20 split or something like that. So, holy shit.
Well, there's other tricks too that we've learned about from other people who've told us. But the way we started the company is, to go backwards, Lynn and I had to go get day jobs. She wouldn't worked at, we had no money. Right. We were trying to raise money for a motocross film. And she went and got a job at Target over in Eagle Rock, and I went and got a job at a juice bar at a World Gym in Glendale.
Yes, that's the story right there.
And I wasn't making enough money, and I got fired from that because I forgot to do the taxes, because it was all cash. So, but I was taking acting classes. And somebody said,
maybe act like you know how to run a register. Fuck. Yeah. Wow. All right. Sorry.
Somebody said that you could if you worked for a storage company, they give you a free apartment. And I was like, oh shit, let me go look.
In one of the storage units?
No. So I worked for public storage for 13 years. Linda and I did. The front part of, if you ever go to a public storage, there's a office in the front,
right?
And you'll see the back part. There's this part where, like, windows. That's the house.
No shit.
Yeah. So the front part is the office, and then the back is the house. So at first it was it's perfect except for you're not, they pay you like minimum wage, but you're getting free rent.
Free rent, yeah.
But what happens is you're in a hole. You can never make enough money to save up to go and. But from there, we made a film called Shifted, and at night the place would close down. We used Shifted we used the public storage as our location for our film, and it was a film about a guy who loses everything, has to go and live in a storage unit. That film, we financed ourselves, and we used that Canon XL1S, which does not look good.
I put it back then. That was the one.
Yeah,
you used.
that was it. So we went to we were in Danceable Films with it, and the distributor wanted it, and we went and met with the distributor, and the contract was so bad that you would never make any money.
At least with you guys, you're actually.
Well, I mean,
you're incurring some fee.
Yeah. So what we do is we do an 80-20 split. 80% to the filmmaker. We pay for the first dollar that comes in quarterly. So
right.
Every quarter we pay it out, and you get paid 90 days after the first day, after the first
right.
quarter. So because that's when we get paid, and that's when the platforms pay us.
Right.
So and I mean, we figured when we made Indie Rights, we wanted to make a company that a filmmaker would want to be a part of.
You're the only people doing that, by the way.
Yeah, so I mean, it helps us get films, but
at some point, does it have to change?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's crazy, and then I have a million questions about how everything's changing now.
Yeah, every 6 months something it's a new thing.
Dude,
so
everything's nuts. So, listen, I don't have a budget, honestly. God, I literally do every single thing myself. I'm doing a million things at once, blah, blah. I did Meeting Michael in my attic with my kids. Like, it was just a very simple thing. I haven't pushed it. I haven't done anything. I did do a big Facebook ad campaign for Meeting Michael, and it worked. I got a really good quarterly check. It was the first time I went, oh shit, this works. And then I called my dude up at Facebook. I have a friend who works there who's going to help me. I'm like, I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to do like 1,000 a week because I think this is about to blow up. And right then, Amazon Prime took my movie off. And I'm like, okay.
I'm trying to get on IMDb TV though.
Okay,
so.
Hang on. like I finally make you money, right? Like I thought I got, what was it, March or April when they said they're going to be pulling all this shit, right?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, and all I know is they didn't pull my movies. I'm like, woo! Very happy. And for a long time, everything was fine. And then, god damn it, the moment I made a check, they just ripped it off. And I'm like,
yeah.
I can't spend any money on advertising. No one's going to pay $2. Even if it's $1, why would you pay? You know?
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. But you're telling me now everything's going to ad-based revenue.
I think, well, that's the future. That is the future. But
that probably means I need to take every fuck bomb out of all my movies. I would have to. Would it be better?
Okay, yes. Well, for the future, going forward.
I mean,
it's gonna make films different. You can't have full. We've been saying this for a while. Don't put full frontal of men walking around. Unless you're a studio and everybody will say, "Oh, I saw this in a studio film." But don't do that.
Cocks aren't going to work.
No, you can't do it.
TV.
You got it, and if you can
Also, 69 fucks. That's how many fucks there are in the first Fastest DeLorean. I have a fuckless Fastest DeLorean. Here's the problem. I can't give you 2, can I?
No.
That's the thing. So I would like people to at least be able to buy the originals. I'll censor the fuck out of them for TV if it means I make something. They aren't integral to the part. It's just how I talk. I don't mind taking it out.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if I can put it. If you give me a new one,
right? You don't think you can put it back on Amazon?
I don't think so. They're not taking docs. They're not taking docs. I may be able to do a special thing with IMDb TV where I write to them and say, "Hey, this is a special film."
Okay.
But that hasn't proven. I mean, the guy says we can do that, but until I see it, I don't.
Okay, so here's and this is a shitty thing to ask you, but is everybody going through this? Because part of me is like, how the fuck can they do this without us having anybody to talk to? Is Gravitas have people they could talk to? And nobody can talk to Amazon? What are they doing?
They have. So, I think what they're doing is they are
going Netflix. They're making their own shit. And they don't.
Yes, or they want the most premium stuff, and if you do not have certain numbers, they are going to pull your film.
Right.
That's what I think is going to happen. And IMDb TV, we talked to them, and they're like, we're going to be stricter than Amazon. So I don't know what the future is going to be with it, but
they're going to be stricter than Amazon
because they have ads.
They're going to be, but not stricter about the content, or they are going to be stricter.
They want high end content. So, but we'll see what happens.
I mean,
But there's going to be other new platforms all the time.
I mean, it's funny. I downloaded the Tubi TV app. It's wonderful. Like, it's really impressive.
Yeah.
I'm stunned at how good it looks and
I
how
saw
well
an
it
ad
works.
on a billboard in downtown LA for Tubi.
No, it's really good. But for me, it's never been about making money off it because I make money in other ways. I was honest about I want the most amount of people humanly possible to be able to see this without even thinking twice.
Yeah.
And boy, everybody has Amazon Prime. It was a beautiful run. And now, every time I tell people, yeah, it's on Amazon Prime, you got to pay 99 cents or a dollar. It's just frustrating.
I know. Well, it's frustrating for us too because we're losing money.
Yeah, right.
I mean, at one time it was 15 cents. Then it went down to an hour.
8, yeah.
8. Now if you don't do a certain CER, customer, what's that stand for? Anyways, it's if your film doesn't have a certain
the
performance.
But there's also like a media rating. There's some sort of rating
there's
system.
All types,
there's all sorts of things. And then you told me Meeting Michael was picked up by Pluto TV.
Yeah,
but it's not on there.
It will be.
Just some year, someday. I don't know how the fuck that works.
I deliver it to them. I don't. It goes. Yeah.
And how did that work? You just submitted.
I submit all films to Pluto TV. And
it's a lot of films.
Every film, every month I give them a list of new films. They pick. At first, it took a lot of films. Now they're picking films. They're being very picky, and they're picking films that they think are going to do well on their platform, like Michael Jordan film. They think that will do well.
That's very obvious, right? But when you go on Pluto TV, it's live.
They have two. They have live, and then they have on demand. At the very top, you can. Switch
Oh, that's true. I've seen the on demand stuff. Okay.
But they replace films quick too. I mean, like a lot of our films are no longer on there. They are always wanting to have fresh content.
You know what I don't get about Amazon? This is what I don't get about Amazon Prime. I understand they want to be Netflix, right? So they're going to try to filter shit out. But I'm not sure, other than the absolute awful films. Like there are films on there that are just so bad I can't even believe. But like there's a level, and I'm not sure. It's not like it's taking up server space. Who's it costing who? Is it that they don't want to pay out money when you're not bringing anything into them?
They say that their customer experience is not good if they have a bad film. So I don't know why they take down some films. I don't know why they leave some films up. I know if it's on Prime, they look at it even, closer to see if it's performing. If they want to keep it on the platform.
I mean, this literally has Michael Jordan on it. Like it's at the top of his IMDb page.
I don't know. I have no answer.
Like, my God, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not just you. Nobody has any answers. Everybody's scrambling. Nobody knows what to do next. And then you said they're all going to go to ad-based at some point. Well, shit. I can't keep saying all the shit I'm saying, obviously. What do you think the next big thing is? Where do you think this is going to go? For independent filmmakers, obviously.
Independent filmmakers, I think that they you can't make artsy adult content. Like you can't do raunchy films.
I swear to God, I feel like I could put Meeting Michael on Pornhub, and I'd make more money. No, seriously, like that's how crazy it is because there's just more eyes there, and they'll hit it. Like it's insane. YouTube with ads, same thing, just the ads or whatnot.
Yeah, that's not taking off like I was hoping it would. I mean, like I put up a bunch of films, and then they're saying this is not good for ads. Like a horror film or something like that. Your films are still up there, but
right. But I mean, they're not with ads. Are they up there? I don't remember.
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm trying to take down films that they say are not ad appropriate.
So dropping the F-bomb 70 times, totally fine. But horror films are bad?
Yeah. And it doesn't make any sense. I have some comedies that they're saying are too adult.
But there are people that are monetizing unbelievably adult content.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing it. Because there's a horror channel that we give some films to, and they monetize, and I don't know how they do it because I've had some films that have been taken down, and I don't understand how they...
And you have nobody to talk to?
No.
What the fuck? Like, what about your indie rights channel? Is that working?
No.
Don't you? No, no, not at all.
I mean, that's... I mean, we put films up there, but you're competing with so many people. What is working is the Roku channel. That's a new... the Roku box has a channel. That's really good. I believe IMDb TV is going to be the future. Tubi's doing very well. Amazon, when we put out new films, if it takes off, it does well.
If they accept the Prime ones.
Yeah, if they take everything but docs.
Right.
They take everything but docs or shorts.
Okay, so here's a weird question. I am doing I took the first 10 years of my the journey, right? The video blog, and in 2010, I go back in time. I grab 2000 Adam, and I sit him down. I show him the whole journey to see if he would still come to LA or stay back because he loses his wife. Like all this crazy shit happens. So yeah, technically it's a doc, but not really. It's pretty much a made-up movie with some little. What is that called? It's not a documentary. It's a docudrama.
It's a docudrama.
But is it? Because it's all like
it's up to Amazon to pick.
Yeah, but like, so what do we tell them it is?
I put up a stand-up comedy, and they're calling it a doc. I put up a horror film that looks like a doc, and they said it was a doc. It was a found footage type of thing.
Okay, but what if I made a trailer that was only new shit? What is that called? It's the story of a man who travels back in time, grabs his former self, puts him in a chair, tells him the whole story of his life. That's a fucking drama. That's just a straight up drama. Mm-hmm. It doesn't even have to be real. It doesn't even matter that it's real. If that means I get to be on Amazon, that's how we'll fucking make it happen. It's really cool.
What I would probably do is I know how to do this. I would just call it a drama. I would take. But I've tried this before where I don't call something a documentary. I call it, something else, and they still spot it and they say it's a doc.
Oh, I can make sure they don't. I mean, I see what you're saying, but you're talking about the page that you type shit into and hit a button.
But they also have a person that reviews everything too.
They really do.
That's what they say.
So they really looked at me and Michael, said, that check, I won't say the name, but it was more than I usually ever make. It was a lot. They were like, yeah, it's not enough. Amazon made the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So well, I guess they didn't because they gave half of it. I never thought of it that way. They made this much and then they gave it back to me. So they're not out on anything, but they're not getting viewers. I'm not selling any Amazon Prime memberships. That's probably the problem.
Yes, so what they want, this is what I think they want to do, and this is just my feeling, is that an ad, toothpaste pays for the ad. If it's on Prime, they have to have so many Prime subscribers, and then they take money out of the subscribers, and if they only have 100 and they can't get 100, 110 or whatever, there's only so much of that pie they can hand out to filmmakers. So I think what they want to do.
He doesn't have enough money to give to the
what I think they want to do is go over to ads where a toothpaste company is paying for the film instead of Amazon paying.
Then it's more direct. If you're not getting any views, you're not seeing the ad. If you're not seeing the ad, you're not getting the money, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
That's what I think.
And will it ever get to a point where you can pick what the goddamn ad are? Like I
don't know.
That makes me. I'm sure you've heard this. I don't want random fucking ads. Listen, I was initially going to do Fastest DeLorean as a series, right? Like I was like, it really sets up like a 10-part series, but I kept thinking of this was about my actual family and my actual brother, and I didn't want a cliffhanger. Go to a commercial, and then we come back, and like I'm like, dude, this is a real life. Please just watch a movie. Like it fucking killed me to do the movie. Like this was awful. I don't want to turn it into this.
Yeah.
So now I have no choice. I have to put ads in it, but I don't get to put where they are. They just show, there's like 5, and they just show the fuck up in the middle of a text. Like, it's, what the hell?
Well, IMDb, they are going to put ads, and they say they're going to put ads in special.
Can we pick where those specials?
You can submit an ad sheet, I believe.
How many ads? 4 or 5?
I don't know.
Okay, well, then tell me this shit, because I will do it. And also, if we have a better chance if I'm not cursing, my God.
Yes.
Like, please, I have no problem making my shit G-rated because there's nothing. I mean, the content's extremely adult mentally, but I can stop saying fuck, or I can at least take the fuck out. I obviously can't stop saying fuck. I would suggest
you do that.
Yeah. Okay, well, got some work cut out for me right now. But yeah, it's funny because I know that you're dealing with far more profitable films. And I try never to text you. Because I'm like, this poor bastard, dude. I'm sure you get every time you go on Facebook. Don't you get hit up?
I try to keep all business correspondence through email.
Yes, I mean, you poor man. Like, I can't fathom the amount. Well, first of all, filmmakers are neurotic to a point. Like when you first okayed Fastest DeLorean, you know how much it hurt to know you probably didn't watch it? And you're right. Well, you can't possibly watch everything. You have to.
I do watch every single film when we pick the films. I look at things that will sell. A DeLorean, Back to the Future.
Yeah, you Googled and you were like, okay, this is in. But I assumed you didn't sit down and watch the. Did you?
I have by now. Yes.
Oh, by now. But I mean, initially,
no.
I presumed. Yes. Okay. Because
I like the film. What I do is I watch the trailer. Does this look good? And then I have somebody that's actually looking at films that are with far more detail. We're turning down more films than ever because I can't take a person's film and then I put it up and then they are pissed off because it's not making any money and I'm just trying to do this person a favor by putting their film up, which I've done many times, and it just always comes back and bites you in the ass when you try to help somebody out when you know the film's not probably going to do that well.
Right, and also every filmmaker thinks they're. I mean, I never thought my film was going to make money. Every time I get a check, I'm like, God damn, this is my lucky day. Like, that's not what I made it for.
I can't promise that this film that has like 5 big name actors in it is going to make money. I mean, I may put it up and maybe the kids don't want to watch it or whoever.
But here's the issue. It has nothing to do with the distributor. The distributor gets you on the platforms. You got to provide the marketing. You've got to actually push it.
You got to do something. Right? So if you make a film about skateboarding,
right.
You better know everything about. You better be really in the industry of skateboarding.
Right.
You better know. You better have some people in the film that are going to
push it themselves.
Maybe their Instagram. They have a huge Instagram following. And when you sign a person up for the film, they need to sign some type of contract, so they have to do something or have some interest in it. Because a lot of times, actors, they act in a film, and then 2 years later the film comes out and they're on to something else, or they've quit the industry or whatever. You need somebody that's going to actually push the films. And
that is probably the most difficult part, because as being on both sides of it, like as an artist or a filmmaker, when I put the art out, my brain turns off.
Yes.
Moves on. And goes to the next piece of art.
Oh, you're tired of talking about it.
Unbelievably difficult to go back and pick it back up. Now, if I'm the filmmaker, it's a little easier, but my time frame is still a couple months. Like, if a year passes or 2 year passes, like people, like if I get a message about Fastest DeLorean, like there's a big hubbub right now. There's a guy who made a very fast DeLorean with a Kia in San Diego, and he used an app, and on his app, he beat the record. And he's like, I'm the fastest. I'm like, well, you got to go to the track. You know? And he's like, well, I'll only go to track if you go to the track. And I'm like, oh, dude. I'm like, I did it. I'm done. Like, I want to feed my babies. Like, it's a money maker. It's a food truck right now. And so I'm so out of it now. But it's still a viable film. I know that if I pushed it, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people that have never heard of it before.
Yeah.
But I just can't do anymore.
Yeah.
Like, my brain is like, I can't.
No, I
need to move on.
Yeah.
I don't know how, as a filmmaker, you can get actors that are going to agree to that. Now, the Instagram thing, that is true. Like, your social media following, you can bitch about it all you want, but you better have it, because it's the only way you're going to get big numbers to come.
The other thing is that, and this is really impossible to do. If you can do it, it works, but and filmmaking is expensive, But if you can make a film every 2 years, it pulls those other films up. Most of the time it does, not all the time, but it pulls up those films, and if somebody likes this film, they'll go and discover this film that you made.
You know what I'm doing, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I'm 1 a year now.
Yeah.
I've decided I have, there's something about the backlog of 20 years of the journey and the egos, which I should probably mention, but I've never made money off all that, but there's so much footage and really good stories and shit nobody's ever seen, and it's like, you know what, this is interesting, and if I just get my hook in one way, people do. A lot of people that watch Meeting Michael went back. A lot, they just go, this is interesting, because all of them are journey movies.
Yeah.
They're all about me. They're very self-centered in that sense. I just write about what happens to me. Like, fuck, I'm not trying to be egotistical about it. That's all I care about. I don't really care about other shit.
Yeah.
I care about my family and this bizarre trip that I'm on. Real quick. So you don't know anybody in NSYNC, right?
No.
You were completely on the lower level. You probably only talk to their managers.
Oh, I mean, we met them, but
Right,
I don't
but
know
I mean-
them personally. The people that knew them personally was Brent Bolthouse and Jennifer Rosario.
Because
And they had another person that knew them also, so that they own a club, or they manage a lot of different clubs that they promoted. So
the story of the Egos were in 2001. We called them Adam and the Trinitrons. They were supposed to be a boy band that hated each other so much that they kind of zoomed in their parts from somewhere else. They couldn't be on stage together. So they were in 4 TVs. The lead singer was live, and I actually recorded all of them in a 30-minute show and timed it all. It was fucking
I think I saw that online.
really difficult.
Yeah.
And then I did that for a little bit, and there was a bit on CBS, and then they hired me. So then Adam and the Egos worked at CBS, and we did a talent show. And the ongoing joke was obviously they're like the fifth most popular boy band, et cetera, et cetera. So in a couple of years, in fact, in the 20th anniversary, I wanted to do, I thought, a mockumentary about it. How the fuck do you classify a mockumentary? Like, that's clearly,
I know.
it's a drama.
Yes.
Yeah, like Spinal Tap is not a documentary.
Exactly.
God damn it. Like,
I know.
Like, how do you
But
fucking...
I can do
That's
comedy.
just a
comedy
comedy.
mockumentary. That's what there's
There's mock.
Yes.
Okay, that might actually help figure out a way, because there's good content that would work. But again, so I'm doing where are they now kind of things, and I have to get a member of NSYNC, Back to the Future, Backstreet Boys, or 98 Degrees. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There has to be a cameo that adds credibility. Because the weird thing about the Egos is that if you watch CBS, your brain wasn't certain that this wasn't a real boy band. It's funny, it was on me, but like I cut it so well. We were all on The Price is Right, and everybody.
Yeah.
I can't tell you on the YouTube channel of that Price is Right bit how many people are like, you guys are so lucky that you got to go on The Price is Right. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe through Instagram or something like that you could.
Yeah. I'm just going to make a killer trailer, like a
Yeah.
little sizzle reel, and just try to get it out. Because I know there's a funniness of it all.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, this is ridiculous.
And 3 of them did a commercial for like Geico or not Geico,
yeah,
but
no,
insurance or something.
other than Justin, who's a superstar, like, they're all just very sweet.
Yeah.
Especially Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
Is just one of the nicest. They're all very nice people. So
Yes.
I was just curious if you had any in. I just thought it. Yeah.
No.
Not holding that against you at all. But man, what a opening! I don't know anybody who came out here and within the first couple months was working on a film that big.
But I spent 13 years after that working at
Yeah, so
storage.
13 years you're working at the storage place.
I mean, we started the distribution company. We also did 5 national commercials for this company called VHIX. It was VHIX.com. It was like a car buying service. And that paid for my second film when we did that.
So your goal is still to make films then?
I would like to, yeah. But I mean, right now, my goal is not to go back to public storage. That's my main goal.
Welcome to Hollywood, everybody.
My main goal is I do not want to be...
Jesus. So you guys just moved the offices, or you guys have all moved? Where you at now? What?
Oh, it's off of Wilshire and Wilton.
That took an hour?
Yeah, well, my app said... I made my app
Like,
not
you
take
live right here.
Yes.
Like, dude, we're not that far from... He's like, it'll be an hour. I'm like, God damn, traffic must be bad. And then he had fucking hit... don't go on highways.
I'm driving. I can't.
He's like, yeah, these are walking directions.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're 12 hours away, sir.